Time for the ride home in ENC.
Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
All right, welcome in. Nice to have you with us here. The great P-Man with you. He gets you to the weekend edition of the Patrick Johnson Show here on 94.3 The Game. And the IBX Media app. Patrick Johnson, Philip Pilkington with you as we get ready for the weekend leading into the holiday weekend. It's nice to have you with us here on the program today. The Honorable Mayor of Greenville, P.J. Connelly, will join us. Of course, one of the things we will talk about outside of a few sports items is the curfew for downtown Greenville for folks 18 and under that goes into effect later tonight. So we'll talk about that. I think a really appropriate thing to do, given these ridiculous gatherings of young people and teenagers, in some cases maybe even preteens, that we've seen all around the country. It usually results in vandalism, possible violence, injuries. I mean, it's a pretty serious thing, and it has made its way to our humble community here in Greenville. So obviously want people to hear what the mayor's got to say on that. We'll have him on in just a few minutes. We'll play a little Hold My Beer today, I'm told, with intern Logan, who is usually on the Talk of the Town program. But right now, we bring in Philip the Ref Pilkington. Pilk, anything we need to know outside of the top 5 at 5 going into the weekend? Anything to report here as when we're doing this show?
No, I think we've pretty much getting it covered in the 5 at 5.
This is the weekend you're going back to Charlotte to see your dad? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
Happy birthday to Philip's dad. Happy birthday to him. Good man. Happy birthday to my friend Brooke, celebrating a birthday tomorrow. A lot of birthdays here at the end of June. So there you have it. All right, here it is, the top 5 at 5. Take it away.
This may very well be our last mission. Let's make it count.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
It's impossible.
Now some stories you may have heard.
You ready?
Or catch it for the first time. This is your 5 at 5 with the P-Man.
Number one, it was announced earlier today that the Mets have fired manager Carlos Mendoza. Andy Green will take over as the interim manager for the remainder of the 2026 season. Mendoza joined the Mets back in 2024. In his first season in Queens, he did take them to the National League Championship Series, where they lost to the Los Angeles Dodgers, the eventual MLB champion or World Series champions. Last year, they were 83-79, missed the playoffs. The Mets currently sit at 34-47. With only a .420 win percentage.
But they're on a lengthy losing streak, aren't they? Like,
yeah,
they
it's
just
been
can't
bad.
do anything right now. Yeah. Didn't last year they go on a pretty lengthy losing streak, and despite that, as you say, kind of made a little run at the end for the playoffs? Am I imagining?
No, I think you're right. That sounds right. And yeah, they made a late push, and I think they only finished a game, maybe two out of a wild card.
You know, this is one of those instances I wish Ben was in here today, because Ben is a Mets fan and could probably give a good rant on this. Joey Football's a Yankees fan. He's Joey Yankee. He's not a Mets fan. It just seems to me that there is the perpetual second banana to the Yankees there. And the Yankees, even in their times where they're not great, are still worlds better than the Mets as a franchise and usually on the field. And the Yankees right now, even though they've had some troubles here in the wake of the Judge injury, Pilk, seem like that they are more of the headline-grabbing team there. And obviously you have the Knicks winning. So the Mets thing, in an effort to, I guess, reverse the juju, get out of the June swoon, and maybe try to get it righted by the time you get to August so you can make a run, this is what this move seems like to me from afar.
Yeah, I mean, because it's definitely a talented roster. I mean, this is not some team who came into the season expecting to only win 75 baseball games.
All right, next.
Number 2.
Number 2, sticking to Major League Baseball, but going on a grander scale, Major League Baseball started talks yesterday about the new collective bargaining agreement. The MLB Players Association met, and one of the big things that was brought up is players who have at least 2 years of tenure will earn a minimum of $1 million in 2027. This is all, by the way, hypothetically. This is if this passes. The other thing is that free agents, when signing with another team, can only sign a max of a 5-year deal, and when signing with your current team, can sign a match of a 6-year deal. This does not apply if the player has played less than 2 seasons. You can sign a guy up to 12 years if he has only played 1 season of Major League Baseball, but once he gets past that 2-year deal, there he can only sign 6 years. Another thing that this would do, you would become a free agent after your 6th year. Whereas right now the rookie contract theoretically is 5, and the other thing is no deferred contracts, so no paying Shohei $680 million after only paying him $20 million for the years he actually plays on the team.
For all of that stuff you first said with the players, this, free agency, that, and all of that, the free agency thing makes a little sense because it provides some stability.
Yeah.
But otherwise, but nobody's handing out 12-year contracts anymore. That's not happening. That kind of has gone away, especially because guys get old.
Yeah.
And they get old quick, it seems like, and they fall off the shelf, and you're paying a ton of back-end money. Now, the deferred money thing is the big sticking point here. That is the big deal. Everybody's irritated about what the Dodgers are doing, but the Dodgers are just playing by the rules of the game. So it would seem to me, Pilk, that the movement would be towards that from the majority of the teams.
Yeah.
The majority of the owners would say, hey, we want this. So all of what you're saying to me seems to make sense. It seems to be something that both the player side and the ownership side could probably get down with. But the whole thing with this does come down, to me, not so much to deferred money and minimum payments for individual players. You need a floor. There needs to be a floor from which you start spending. And there needs to be a salary cap, which does not exist in Major League Baseball, never has. But it exists in other sports, and those other sports are particularly one is the king of them all, king of the castle, king of the heap, and seems to be doing just fine. I also think that is where you may get some pushback.
100%.
From the players, because it's going to restrict earnings to a degree. But the owners don't want either one. Because if you're the owner of, and I'm just going to throw out a team here, the Kansas City Royals, the whatever they're going to be A's. If you're part of the Rays, although they try to put out a winning product on the field. Pittsburgh, in other words, markets that are considered small market, they like the idea of we don't have to spend much money to put a team out there.
Yeah.
And we can rev share because the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Cardinals, the teams that do draw a TV audience in these bigger markets bring in the dollars that they have to rev share with us. So that, to me, is going to be the sticking point more than anything, will be, can you get the owners on the page? The players have their gripes, but the owners aren't going to want to spend the money. I don't, that just seems to be my analysis of it.
No, you're right, Patrick.
This is why we're going to have a lockout next year, unfortunately.
Exactly. The players want the floor, but no max. The owners want the max, but no floor.
Right. I mean, you couldn't have put it any more beautifully.
3.
Number 3, we've talked about it a little bit already on this show, but LaMelo Ball has been traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So there is one man who really likes this trade, and he thinks that the brothers should join him. We're going to hear. We're not even going to tell you who this is. We're going to let you listen, and let's take a wild guess.
Minnesota Timberwolves. Y'all did the coldest move in the game. You went and got that Melo. Yes, but here's the thing. Let me give you the recipe. You got to get the other 2 ball boys. You get the other 2 ball boys, it will be the most watched team ever in the NBA. Trust me when I tell you. You don't think I'm just talking? No, I'm not. Melo can't win it by himself, but I tell you, with his brothers, I guarantee y'all a championship. The chemistry and the speed of the game, I never taught my boys to play by themselves, but together, you can't beat them. And with Ant, A-Rod, you already a superstar, so you know what to do. You would take a chance. So go get them boys. You can get Lonzo damn near for nothing. You can get Jello damn near for nothing. Guess what? Coming off the bench, starting, team chemistry, morale in the locker room, whatever you want. Wherever them ball boys together, can't lose. You want the championship? Get them other two, and I guarantee a championship.
I guarantee he's an idiot. What's his name again?
LeVar Ball.
Heard from him in forever. Lamar Ball.
LeVar.
How did Lamar Ball miss out on this current incarnation of do-nothing celebrity with social media? Because it seems like he was a little ahead of his time with some of that, like the viral videos and clips. And then when it really took off, it seemed maybe the space was too crowded. We haven't heard from him in a while, thankfully.
I think he had his health issues right around the time that became a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, we wish him good health. I think this, and we talked about this once on one of the shows. One of the guys isn't even in basketball anymore at all.
Langelo. Yeah, he was like a 3-star recruit. I mean, he was profiled as a role college player on a mediocre roster. I mean, better than any of us could ever dream.
He's
but
like in music, isn't he? I mean, he's like totally doing something else.
I don't even know. Yeah, I have no idea what he's doing. I know one time Lonzo had a rapping career, but he's still in the NBA.
Maybe that's I'll tell you this. I think Minnesota will be just fine. I think that lineup's going to be just fine. I am anxious though to see how LaMelo fits into this thing, because there's not a lot of there's been bad behavior. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, I mean
questionable behavior.
Yeah, Ant's a drama
selfish
queen.
Behavior. Yeah. So let's see how he mixes in there. But the notion that the other two brothers, I mean, again, this is just kind of a quest for relevancy. We see a lot of those, don't we?
444.
All righty, number 4.
Last time on this thing. This show seems like it's.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes before we have to get to Mayor Connelly.
All right,
before we call him.
All right, good God, okay.
All righty, number 4. Kind of some interesting soccer things. We're going to group them all together. USA loses last night to Turkey, as they're going by now, instead of Turkey, in the 98th minute. They lost that one 3-2. It is announced they will play Bosnia and Herzegovina on Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the first knockout stage game. But the big thing I want to hit on here, Patrick, is yesterday it was announced 58 matches into the World Cup that the all-time attendance record had been broken at the World Cup. Now, this one does have more teams, will have more games, but past World Cups have had 64 matches. It only took the United States 58 games to break it, of over 3.6 million. So to all those Europeans that said, oh, they can't host football in America and have fun and have a lot of people, we do sports the best, baby. We do every sport the best.
It's America, and we do it better than anybody. We're bigger and badder than anybody. If you don't like it, tough snot.
If you do like it, move here and take the citizenship of somebody who doesn't like it and send them to your socialist nation.
Right, let's do a trade. Why don't we do our own trade like Charlotte and Minnesota? We can trade
I like it.
The malcontents for these beautiful people from around the world that are enjoying themselves immensely in our nation. I get all the American thing, and I don't know as much about this, nor do I really care as much as you do, and know as much as you do, and I'll admit that. But it seems to me that you already were where you wanted to be, position-wise. You were in the position you wanted to be. Yeah, you don't want to lose, but I mean, this was sort of like this felt sort of like a friendly. You didn't know I knew that term. That it really doesn't count. I mean, I guess it does, but it doesn't really count. It
doesn't affect anything.
Doesn't affect anything going forward. Just don't get anybody hurt. And I think you made the point earlier today on radio that the Turks needed a win just for they were motivated.
Yeah,
they wanted to win because they didn't want to go home winless. Yeah. And as a result, they do pick up a win.
And we played the B team. I mean, it's not a huge fall off from the starters to the reserves, but there weren't any starters out there. Good job coaching. Anybody who was on a yellow card sat, because if you pick up 2 in the group stage, you're out for the first round of 32. Pulisic sat until like the very, very last minute. So yeah, I mean, I had no problem with it. I thought they played fine. Wasn't great, but Turkey definitely looked motivated.
But they didn't have to play great.
Yeah.
They didn't have to play great. The other thing I'm going to say is this. So I get on the Twitter machine this morning, and there are people losing their mind over Mexico not winning. But apparently there are Mexican, shall we say, adult actresses who are at these things, and then they're posting some pretty explicit videos of themselves on the socials. So that seemed to be the outrage du jour today, where these, I guess, adult actresses from Mexico.
I thought that's what the subscription content that you pay for, I think, is where you need to lead those explicit things.
Apparently, you can put previews out in the public square, which
there's children on
is
these
interesting in
sites.
Itself. Well, welcome to America. We do it bigger and badder than anybody else in more ways than one. So Wednesday, the U.S. will play again. The Stars and Stripes will play again on Wednesday. All right, very good.
5.
Alrighty, number 5, speaking of the Stars and Stripes, it was announced, I think yesterday, maybe it was Wednesday, we hadn't had a chance to get to it, that the NFL draft in 2027 will head to our nation's capital. Looks like it's on the National Mall, PJ. Kind of like this. It'll be fun. They might break some records.
This is a little bit of an extension of America 250.
Yeah.
So I'm down with it. The NFL does a lot of things that make you think, boy, they're big for their britches. They really are doing a lot of things that make you believe, okay, whatever, too big to fail. A stroke of genius has been, in my opinion, moving this thing around to different cities and taking it out of Radio City in New York. I think this has been one of the, because it creates an event. And as we've seen with the World Cup and a lot of it, we love an event in America.
We do.
Love an event. All right. The mayor of Greenville, PJ Connelly, is going to join us next. He was our first ever guest on the Patrick Johnson Show. And we're going to have more with him coming up here in just a little bit as he rejoins the program. Lots to talk about with Mayor PJ Connelly next.
Back to the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back. We got a jam-packed show, so let's get started.
Deep breaths. Here we go.
When we started the Patrick Johnson Show 45 years ago, our first guest was the Honorable Mayor of Greenville, PJ Connelly. He's been the mayor that long, and he's back with us here. We like to have him on periodically, and including this time of year as we get ready to celebrate the nation's independence. Greenville always does it upright, so we'll talk to the mayor about that and other matters. Former ECU baseball hurler, Pirate baseball alum, played in the pros even. The mayor of Greenville, PJ Connelly, back on the Patrick Johnson Show. Mr. Mayor, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm very well. It's always great to have you on with us here. We're going to talk a lot of fun things, but I think we have to talk a very serious thing. I want to play this cut from your press conference yesterday. This is you and the police chief, Richard Tyndall, who will follow your comments here on what has become an issue with downtown Greenville. So a curfew for those 18 and under has been put in place starting tonight. Here is that from yesterday's press conference. We start with the mayor and then the police chief.
The age group of the individuals that we see that are attending these events, and their youth. We need to make sure that they're safe. We want to make sure that everybody in our community is safe.
But the biggest message here is, and I don't want it to go unsaid, is that we need the community to help us here. It really is going to take all of us to address something like this, and we're asking for everybody to help us.
So that's from our friends on 9 on Your Side. They provided that audio for us from their story yesterday. These teen takeovers have become popular in major cities. Chicago, Charlotte has had them in recent times. I know it's been a problem and some concerns. A little different in Jacksonville, Florida. In fact, I was reading an article earlier today that over the weekend they're planning a car show that's late at night in their downtown. A group is, and there's concern that it's going to turn into, street racing and drag racing. So I mean, these are, I guess, sort of things that tend to crop up in major cities in the summer when kids are not in school. And now all of a sudden, here we are with a group of teens that kind of invaded the downtown area last weekend. And I guess you all got word, Mayor Connelly, that was going to be the case in Greenville this weekend.
Yeah, that's correct. We had a group of individuals that were down in the downtown area last weekend, and there was quite a few of them gathering down there, and it almost overwhelmed our police department. We've got youth that are coming from, I think, all over the area to that location, and many of the businesses that are down there are closed right now. I'm aware of maybe 2 or 3 businesses that were actually open, but we had youth that were down there between 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and our police officers are out there trying to keep the peace, trying to get them to go home and stop gathering on our streets out there. And it's just, youth do not need to be out at 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. When you're 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, you don't need to be out there in downtown.
Those are ages too that wouldn't even be able to legally get in some of the establishments there. So it would stand to reason that perhaps their reason for being there is, again, maybe to be up to no good. That's maybe painting with a broad brush, but I think a lot of it too is it sort of takes a life of its own. It becomes the cool thing to do, and all of a sudden you get a bunch of young people down there. And when the troublemakers start to make trouble, it probably could become a chaotic scene.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that many people standing there. And, the other thing to keep in mind, too, is they're youth, right? I mean, these are not adults that we're talking about. They're down there and they're hanging out with their friends. And not every time do they think exactly like an adult would think. And they don't understand, some of the ramifications of actions that they might take down there, And so to me, that's a scary thing. And at the end of the day, the whole reason that we've taken the measures that we've taken is to make sure that we have our youth stay safe and also the rest of the community stay safe.
Mayor P.J. Connelly joining us on the Patrick Johnson Show. The question would be, you obviously, I'm sure, as any decision you make with the best of intentions for the community and the city in mind, people are going to disagree with it. Have you gotten what has been the response? Because a lot of it I've heard has been overwhelmingly positive, but what have maybe been some legitimate concerns, not just people lobbing beer from the bleachers, actual legitimate concerns of this that you would want to address here, if you would, and I guess just what has been the overall sentiment on this decision?
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think the vast majority of the people that have made comments about what we're doing to try to keep our youth safe have been really positive. There's a few people out there that I think don't agree with it, but honestly, I think part of them may be the ones that are allowing their children to go downtown and hang out late at night. And at the end of the day, we're going to take steps and measures to keep our city safe. That's what I was elected to do, and make sure that I make decisions for the whole city in general. But I would say overwhelmingly, the vast majority of people in our community are happy with that. We hear a lot of the arguments that there's not a lot to do for youth in our community, which is crazy. I mean, I used the example the other day in an interview that I grew up in a city of 35,000 people, and I can promise you that there was far less to do in that city than there is here in Greenville. And I always found something to do. If it's late at night, You don't need to be out, right? You can sit at your house. You can invite some friends over, watch a movie, have them come over, hang out, do something entertaining. Man, my kids love those crazy squishies. They go over there and sit there and squeeze squishies until 1 o'clock in the morning and then go home, right? Whatever they want to do, and whatever's entertaining to them. Just don't go downtown. There's no reason to go downtown. Like you said, you can't get into many of those establishments that are there in the first place. So let's keep them safe and come up with ways for them to entertain themselves that are not going to be hanging out downtown causing problems.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the reasons this is kind of firing up is social media. So, I mean, you have so many more options to entertain yourself. Not saying it should be social media, but there's just a whole lot more on-demand options for young people today than what we had Yet we still found a way to entertain ourselves growing up, especially at that age, kind of early teen, preteen. I want to ask you, what would the penalty be if there are young people down there tonight or any point over the weekend past the curfew?
So the penalty is it's a misdemeanor charge. I'm not exactly sure of the details on it, but I do know that it's a misdemeanor charge, and they can be charged with that. In the event that the police feel that it's necessary, I mean, the parents could be charged as well too. The charge I think that comes to mind the most is the delinquency of a minor. It's up to us as parents. I'm a parent myself to make sure that we know where our kids are, what they're doing, and it shouldn't be up to the city and up to the elected officials. It shouldn't be up to the police department to be out there monitoring those children. Do children make bad mistakes? Absolutely. I think we've all seen that. But at the end of the day, we do not want the kids down there. But there will be penalties if they do violate the curfew.
And just for those, before we move on to some more, happier topics, in a sense, what are the parameters of the curfew? When does it go into effect? From when until when?
So it'll go into effect tonight, Friday, June 26th at 10 p.m. It lasts from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning. And then on Saturday night, the 27th, it will do the exact same time period, which is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then again on Sunday from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning on Monday, the 29th. So just during those hours.
Gotcha. Mayor P.J. Connelly with us on the Patrick Johnson Show. Let's turn our attention to something that's a little more positive or more celebratory in an appropriate way. July 4th coming up next week. There have traditionally been the 4th of July fireworks show at the Town Common. With that said, there's work being done to the bulkhead there. So how does the July 4th recognition celebration change this year?
It's still going to be there. We're going to have it from 6 o'clock till 9 p.m. down at the Town Common. It's going to be very similar to what we've done in the past. Of course, you're going to see some construction going on with the bulkhead and some of the improvements that we're making down there, but you're still going to have the live music, family-friendly activities, local vendors, beer gardens, and then the fireworks to end the night over the Tar River. So we're pretty excited about it. There's going to be some good entertainment, live music. I believe it's going to be a Motown beach music / rock and top 40s. So be a good mixture down there.
Mr. Mayor, what would be some things that are going on in the city that the folks need to know about? I know recently the council passed a budget which seemed like it was a very seamless process, as seamless as those processes can go. And certainly much more smooth than what's going on in Raleigh with the budget. So what are some things you could talk about there for the listeners?
Well, I'm really excited. I think the people that do go down to the Town Common, they'll be able to see some of the improvements that are taking place down there. That is going to be pretty awesome once we get that completed. Our hope is that we can make some modifications down there to be able to bring in some larger music acts in the future. But I think the overall aesthetics of the Town Common is going to be much better than it was before. That was a big project. It's very expensive. We were lucky to get some state support to be able to get that project done. But we're expecting it's going to be done right around the, I think, December time frame of this year. But I think another thing that's really exciting for our community is we're in the process of finishing up and starting the process for our sports complex over off of 264 as you head down to Washington.
Yeah.
The city signed a lease agreement with ECU for the North Recreation fields over there. There's 8 rectangular fields. And so we'll be hosting tournaments starting on January 1st of 2027. And then we're in the process of starting the design for a baseball diamond complex that will have 12 diamond fields. So we can host pretty large tournaments there too. Just to give people kind of an idea of the reasoning behind it, travel sports is very, very busy, and it's a huge business. At any given time, we could have several thousand people coming to Greenville, spending money at our restaurants, buying gas, renting Airbnbs, or staying in our hotels. And so there's a huge market out there for travel sports. And I think that we are going to be kind of on the cusp of being able to really attract many different tournaments to our area and bring people to our community that will help our economy out. So I'm pretty excited about both of those.
When does all of this go online, kind of in a full way? What would be a date or a timeline for all of this?
So the rectangular field, so for soccer, flag football, lacrosse, anything else that we would use a rectangular field for, they're going to start doing tournaments January 1st of next year, so 2027. As far as the diamond complex for baseball and softball, I anticipate we're probably about 2 years away from that. We're going to be in the design phase right now, and then as we finish that up, we'll put it out for bids, and then they're going to have to start construction on actually building that. The nice thing about the North Recreation Campus and us signing the lease there, it's already there. And so we just have to make a few modifications, and we have already staffed up to be able to start recruiting different tournaments to be able to be held here in our community.
I want to ask you one last thing here. It's very sports connected here. We've mentioned the state budget. One of the sticking points seems to be funding for a possible baseball stadium for an MLB team in Raleigh. Maybe it's some, proximity bias, but it seems like that there is growing momentum for that. You can make it from Raleigh to Greenville in about an hour and 15 minutes, typically. So would you foresee that being, if MLB were to come to Raleigh, a positive thing, even this far away from the capital city, for folks as an option for their entertainment dollar?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I hate to send people west. We want to keep them in Greenville, but I mean, how awesome would it be to have a Major League Baseball team in North Carolina? I will say, though, it's got to make sense. It's very expensive to build one of those stadiums. I mean, you're talking over probably $1 billion to build a stadium there, and then you have to have the infrastructure in place to be able to support it. But it would be pretty awesome to be able to have a Major League Baseball team here in our state.
I lied. One last sports question. Do you remember the first person to ever take you yard, which I know didn't happen a whole lot when you were pitching because you were that good. But do you remember that home run, the first home run you gave, the first tater you served up?
I don't. The only memory that I have of giving up a home run, I'll never forget. I was up in Winnipeg, in Canada, and I was pitching against this team. And I remember there's this guy on the other team, and he hit a home run to left field off of me. His next at bat, he hit a home run to center field off of me. And then the next bat, the average person would have said, either walk this guy, hit him, do something. Don't let him hit off of you. I threw I think a fastball outside, and he hit one over the right field fence off of me. So he went yard 3 times in the game. I threw a complete game. I gave up 3 runs, and I gave up 4 total hits, 3 of which were to him. And I got interviewed after the game by the press, and they said, "What do you think about that guy that hit 3 home runs off of you?" And my response back to him is, he should be in the Hall of Fame. That was it.
Always great to have the mayor of Greenville on the show. Our first ever guest all those many years ago on the Patrick Johnson Show. Mr. Mayor, I hope you have a great July 4th. Good luck with everything this weekend. I wholeheartedly am backing you on this. I think it's the right thing to do and the smart thing to do. And just best of luck with everything as we continue on, and appreciate your time.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Patrick, and happy birthday to America, 250 years strong.
250. The great PJ Connelly with us here. All right, little hold my beer when we come back. Intern Logan in the house, I'm told, and we'll do that right after this.
Do you have something you need to get off your chest? Get off your chest.
I am not here for rage. I'm here for revenge.
Did your favorite team blow another game?
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Or is there just something that's driving you crazy?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
It's time to let it all out.
You have made me very angry. Very
angry indeed.
With another edition of Hold My Beer.
Hold my beer.
So it's pretty simple. It's kind of a what grinds your gears segment, or maybe a slice of life that you find ironic. It is Hold My Beer. And to make sure that we got every intern on in some capacity before the season finale of the Patrick Johnson Show, intern Logan, I believe from Aiden, who usually works in the mornings, has been dragged into this edition of the Patrick Johnson Show. Logan, how does it feel to be on the sports side with Pilkington and myself? I have to imagine it feels pretty good because instead of a near octogenarian asking you yes or no questions, it'll be me, a middle-aged white guy, asking you yes or no questions. So I think this will work out very well. Logan, you are allowed to laugh.
Okay.
Just so you know. I mean, this is a fun segment, Logan.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. What gives, man? Logan, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Let me... a man of few words. All right, Logan, let me ask you something. You're
Yes,
from
sir.
Aiden, correct? Did I get that right?
No, I'm from Belle Arthur, like around Farmville, in between Farmville and Greenville.
That's a totally different direction.
Yeah.
Are you... Give everybody your last name. Logan what?
Wilcox. Logan Wilcox.
Wilcox. Okay. Like Justin Wilcox. Or is that Wilcoxon?
That was Wilcoxon.
Yes.
So
Well,
no, not like him.
it's like Wilcoxon without the N. How about that?
Yeah.
It's great to have Logan with us here. For those that don't follow the morning program, Logan is actually producing that program now. He and Cameron, who we've had on the show before, right, Pilk? And Logan, I'm just going to say, does a better job than Buscemi. There, I said it.
Ooh.
Tell me where I'm telling a lie. Tell me where I'm telling a lie.
I know shots have been fired.
No, I mean, look, I think it's the truth. I think he and Cameron do a fantastic, because they pay attention to what's going on. That helps. Got to pay attention to what's happening. All right, Logan. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
a fan of sports?
I am. I'm a big fan of sports.
All right, give us. All right, we like to find this out from the interns. We used to do this when we interviewed them in public or in private, but we'll do it here in public.
Okay.
Who is your favorite NFL team?
Oh, NFL team? I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
Now, I don't think we've gotten that one before, Pilk, have we?
We have not.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. I kind of follow the Jags.
Yeah, they're cool.
Because I work for a station, do a little work for a station down in Jacksonville, so I kind of keep up with what the Jags are doing. All right, do you have a favorite NBA team?
NBA team? The Charlotte Hornets.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
What do you think of the LaMelo Ball trade?
I don't like it. I hate it. I think it's really bad trade. Not like you don't get enough out of that trade, trading away a superstar like LaMelo Ball.
I would say, don't say too much. This might be a little
Yeah.
preview of the rest of the segment here, PJ. We're going to get into that.
Fine. That's fine. All right, do you have a favorite MLB team?
I do not. I'm hoping that Raleigh will get one, so then I could have a team.
There you go. That makes sense. Do you have a
Yeah.
favorite NHL team?
Yes.
Is it our Carolina Hurricanes?
Oh, yes, sir, it is. It is
All right,
the Carolina
there we go.
Hurricanes.
Our Carolina Hurricanes. All right, here's another one for you. Who's your favorite college basketball team?
Ooh, basketball team? Other than ECU, I would say Duke.
Oh, good answer. Good answer. Okay, these are all good answers. Favorite college football team?
Oh, ECU all the way.
And favorite college baseball team?
ECU.
Favorite show on the IBX Media station of family of stations? Favorite show? Don't lie. You consider the show you're on, who's giving you a lot of face and voice time.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that in mind here.
Okay. I would have to say Talk of the Town easily, because I produce it.
Okay, all right. Jesus, God. No, all right. Cut him off. Cut him off.
He served it up on a platter and you didn't take
I know. I put it on the tee, and Logan's like, yeah, right, whatever. Logan, am I a delight to work with in the mornings? Yes or no?
I would say a good amount. Yeah, you're a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Am I different on the sports show than in the morning show?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. And I'm it's been a delight so far for you here, right?
Yes, sir. It has. Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's respectful, Pilk. You need to pick up a thing or two from this young man. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Logan, intern Logan with us on Hold My Beer. We'll get to it in a second. You went to Beast games.
Yes, sir. I did.
Can you say anything about it, or are you worried that the Beast Gestapo is going to come and scoop you up off the street if you do?
I can say a little bit about it.
All right. What would you say was the most standout thing from the Beast games, which I don't think have premiered yet, have they, Pilk?
It is not from what I know.
Okay. All right. Logan, what was the thing that stood out to you the most for the Beast games filming?
Just I would say the production, like just the production value was crazy. Like just, I don't know. It was a totally different atmosphere from watching like a football game in Dowdy to watching the Beast Games production in Dowdy. Just their whole stage setup and like, I don't know, it was crazy. Like they had fireworks, like they put like a lot into the production.
True or false, you have the purple and gold striped overalls.
True. I got them.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We've gotten to know intern Logan more in this 5 minutes of the show, Pilk, than all this talk of the town stuff. What do you agree with this, Pilk?
Yeah, as far as what I know, when I've been in and he's been in, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Logan, you look 14. How old are you in reality?
I am 21. I'll be 22 in September.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So old enough to play Hold My Beer, doesn't have to play Hold My Juice Box. The rules are this. Whatever's grinding your gears, be it a slice of life from the world of sports, it is time for Hold My Beer. You have to say Hold My Beer before.
Okay.
Pilk, you want to go first and kind of show Logan how to do this?
Yep, I've got it. All right, Hold My Beer, the NBA draft, making players wear the hat of the team that didn't draft them. They announce these trades, but they don't even really announce them. They just kind of report on them. And then the guy who's going to, Team X has to go up there and put a Team Y hat on. And then Adam Silver gets up there and announces a trade that everybody already knew about before the Hornets pick. And it sounds like the Hornets are going to trade the pick. He's like, we have a trade to announce. And he announces a trade from like 4 picks ago. And it's like, yeah, everybody's been on the Twitter. Everybody heard the desk talk about it. And you got this poor kid having to rep a team that he's never going to play for. And his first picture as an NBA player is wearing a team that is a rival or possibly of the team he's actually going to play for. I mean, it's just stupid.
And then we comment on this, Logan. I don't really follow what you're saying, but it sounds to me like the NBA draft. You know who complained about NBA draft coverage to me, Pilk?
Who?
This is going to surprise you a little bit. Coach.
Really?
Coach complained about it. He said it looked like that the interviews for the second round were shot the day before. That's what he told me.
I didn't watch the second round.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you what he said. All right, Logan, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Take it away, Logan. First of all, do you have any comments on Pilkington's? Hold My Beer.
I got a comment. I agree. I think it's crazy that they forced them to wear the hat of a team that they'll never even play for. Like it doesn't make sense.
Though.
No, they've already made the trade.
It was a trade though. Like if they report a trade, they still wear the hat of the team that was supposed to trade them or supposed to get that spot.
I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, Logan, go ahead.
Okay. Hold My Beer. I would say the LaMelo Ball trade. I don't think that the Hornets got the value out of trading LaMelo Ball to them. Like, I mean, we traded LaMelo Ball and Josh Green for Naz Reid, a pick in the first round, and then a bunch of like possible like picks for like later years down the line, which I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me considering that they're probably gonna like be a pretty good team. Like so far, like even like last year they weren't too bad, and we just traded them a superstar like LaMelo Ball. So I don't think we're gonna get the value out of that trade that I guess the Hornets thought that we possibly could get.
Do you believe that this is a poorly run franchise still, and that last year was just a blip on the radar?
I do. Because last year, like towards the end, like we were playing amazingly. Like the start of the 2026 like year, like we came in, we started playing well, And then now we get to here where we just traded away LaMelo Ball, which was definitely one of the pieces that was helping us play that good.
Pilk, anything on this? We kind of talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, but, I agree with him. He's got every right to be upset. I mean, the one guaranteed pick out of all this, because everything else is a swap, is, gosh, it's next decade. And I'm not, exaggerating. It's in, 2033 or something.
Hold my beer. Next week, actually, you're going to start hearing about it today if you've not already. And this is the heat wave of the century. Next week, it is going to be hot. But guess what? It's July. It's summer. And we're told it is going to be in excess of 100 degrees on a couple of days. Panic, panic, panic. So my hold my beer is the fear casting that will go on from the weather folks for the next several days. If you just drink water, eat fruit, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. That's my hold my beer. The fear casting. I'm sick of it. Sick of it.
I'm with you, PJ. I'm with you. If you don't want it to be 100 degrees, don't live in the South.
Yeah,
correct.
True.
I mean, I think that's pretty cut and dry, black and white.
I'd be fine with a lot of them moving. Just leave.
Yeah.
Plus, I plan to be at the beach, so I'll hopefully be not as hot. All right, intern Logan with us here. Intern Logan, great to have you on the show.
Yeah,
have you changed your answer of your favorite IBX media show now?
I guess so, yeah. I'll change it to the Patrick Johnson Show.
A ringing endorsement. We'll be back to wrap up the week right after this timeout here on the PJ Show.
And now, the stunning conclusion. Everyone's screaming 94.3 the game.
I guess on Barrett Sports Media, which we know some guys that have worked there, a guy named John Lund has a article up you might want to check out. Again, it's Barrett, Barrett Media. I say Barrett Sports Media, but I think now they're Barrett Media. And he talked about what a mess the NBA draft was on television, kind of proving your guys' point. Thanks to intern Logan for being with us for Hold My Beer. Thanks to the Honorable Mayor of Greenville, P.J. Connelly, for his appearance today on the program. And also thanks to Philip the Ref Pilkington, the ever hardworking man behind the scenes that makes this thing run. I'm Patrick Johnson. We'll be back next week, Monday, with Billy Trott. He's got a book about Pete Maravich that is out. You won't want to miss that interview, and we'll tell you all about the book on Monday. Have a great and safe weekend, everybody.